10 Facts about Afghanistan. 1. Around the world, Afghanistan is known primarily as a major producer of drugs. This country produces nothing but opium poppies, which are used in the production of heroin, perhaps the deadliest drug in the world. According to some estimates, more than 90% of the world's heroin is produced here. 2. It is understandably dangerous for foreigners to be here. They are often killed or kidnapped for ransom. The locals themselves warn the occasional extreme tourist that it is impossible to move around Afghanistan without armed guards. Meanwhile, a large part of the country is controlled by the terrorist organization Taliban, and even the military and peacekeepers do not go to Taliban lands. But there are also enough Afghan towns dotted with military bases who secretly support the Taliban. 3. There is no normal sewage, heating and other amenities in any Afghan city, not even in Kabul, the Afghan capital. All waste is discharged directly into the rivers, the water of which looks more like oil, black and thick with sewage. An Afghan city with a population of a couple of 100,000 people does more damage to the environment than the average European country. 4. The population of Afghanistan is unknown. The first ever census was conducted here in 1979, but since then the country has been destroyed, many fled across the border, and no one has done censuses anymore. By the way, there is no such ethnos as Afghan. The population of Afghanistan consists of representatives of half a dozen nationalities. Most of them are ethnic Pashtuns, Uzbeks and Tajiks, although these nations are quite different. Some are of Turkic origin and others are Persian. Afghanistan shares a border with Uzbekistan and Tajikistan. 5. The international community has long been trying to stop the mass production of drugs in Afghanistan, but to no avail, since for most locals it is the only source of livelihood. And regular raids to eradicate poppy fields lead to the opposite result. After the peacekeepers leave, the Taliban come to the village to recruit a few more suicide bombers from among the villagers who want revenge. 6. The US and other countries spend huge amounts of money sponsoring poppy eradication operations in Afghanistan, and so they are provided with evidence of the work done before and after: videos, photos, GPS data, and so on. In reality, it's all a publicity stunt. The Afghan military is destroying one field just to report back, without touching a dozen more in the vicinity. 7. Throughout Afghanistan you can see the remains of rusting Soviet armor left over from the 1980s. Many soldiers and officers of the modern Afghan army fought against the Soviets at that time, although there are some who fought on the government side. The locals consider the 10 years of Soviet occupation in Afghanistan as an occupation, and their memories of that time are largely disapproved of. 8. In a number of ways Afghanistan is the most dangerous country in the world, though that title is contested by Somalia. There is no law outside foreign military bases, and not a month goes by in the capital city without a terrorist attack or two. 9. Before the start of the civil war in Afghanistan in 1979, this country was relatively prosperous. The streets were clean, women could dress in European clothing, and culture flourished. Then the Taliban came to power, forbidding women to study, closing theaters, burning books and blowing up many ancient monuments. Today in Afghanistan almost all buildings have been destroyed or damaged, everything is littered with garbage, and the country is one of the 10 poorest in the world. 10. The literacy rate in Afghanistan is one of the lowest in the world. It is about 45% among men and about 15% among women, who find it very difficult to get an education here because of the many prejudices.